Namaste. Hello everyone. Welcome to Shal Gulhati, Shiva and Mysticism for another episode of Monday with Mahadev. Today I'm going to talk to you about the five great powers of Shiva. Shiva is Mahadev, the Almighty, the All-Powerful. All the little powers and the big powers that we can think of, they belong to him. And yet, when we ask a sadhu or a Shaivite, what is the power of Shiva? They usually say, Shiv ki siddhi sari srishti. Shiva's siddhi, Shiva's magic, Shiva's efficacy is all of creation. Usually, we talk of the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. And we attribute creation to Brahmaji, maintenance to Vishnuji, and then at the end of a world cycle, destruction to Shiva. But this is not what the Shaivites think. They say it is Shiva who is behind all these three processes as Param Shiva, Parabhairava. So while it is true that Brahmaji creates the universe, it is Shiva who creates Brahmaji. At a time when there was no universe, there was only Shiva, only energy, and that energy was Shiv Tattva, called Shiva. So Shiva creates this matter from himself, from energy. He is the primal scientist who can convert energy into matter. And he creates Brahma, and Brahma creates the universe. And then when the universe is created with its mountains and lakes and oceans, trees and breeze and animals and us, it goes on by itself. We build houses, buildings, cars, clothes, we travel, we do lots of play and lots of study, and all goes on well till there is a time, inevitably in all civilizations, where too much technology, too much of free will, too much of being able to do what we can, unchecked by a divine force, things go wrong. And that's the time we say Vishnu Ji comes as an avatar, like Ram or Krishna, and sets things right. But the Shaivite again says, behind Ramji, as Rameshwar, is Param Shiva. Behind Krishna Ji, as Mahakal, is Param Shiva. And therefore, he is the one who's actually doing the maintenance also. And then, at the time of the end of a world cycle, they say Shiva destroys the world. But Shaivites do not think like this. Shiva does not destroy the world in the sense that everything is, damaged and badly destroyed. In the beginning, he made all matter from his energy, and there comes a time he takes the matter back into energy only to recycle it again. So nothing is really destroyed. We are all there within him, and we all come out again. So if creation and preservation and dissolution have already been discussed, what could be the fourth power or the fifth power? And here is where Kashmir Shaivism tells us something very interesting. They say that his fourth power is Vilay, wailing. I like this word, Vilay, like its counterpart in the English language. It means to wail. In Hindi, parda dalna. Put a patta in front of your eyes so that you can't see. So what is this wailing that Shiva does? He wails our divine origin from ourselves. He makes us forget that we come from that one energy. Why does he do that? I can give you the analogy of a group of actors who get together to make a film. And the director tells them, this is your role, this is your role, this is your role. At that time, when the play begins, the actors do not act as themselves. They act as the role which is given to them. So The analogy is that when we are born, we forget our divine consciousness so that we can play out a role which we really think we are. And this goes on for a long time, and it's great adventure. Again, we build homes, we do travel, we find so many new things, we discover things, we invent some things, clothes, fashion, accessories, automobiles, industry, so on and so forth. Some of us become kings, others become business people, some become poets, artists, musicians. There is so much of joy. But again, when that time comes, when things get out of hand, some people start thinking, what is the underlying cause of all of life? Why am I here? Is there a creator? Is there a consciousness which connects us all? And these people, the seekers, they search, they read, they dive within, they meditate, they worship, and they try and look for God. And after many lifetimes of doing so, it is Shiva who unveils that original veil. And this is called Anugraha, the grace of Shiva. Finally, when the grace of Shiva dawns on us, one day during meditation, we get a flash of the entire consciousness and how it works. And we get reconnected back to our divine origin. Actually, we were never disconnected. So we don't get reconnected per se. We become aware that we are always connected. And that is called samadhi. That is called self-realization. That is called Atma Vyapti. That is when we get to know beyond body and mind consciousness, there is still isness. There is still Shivaness. And the journey does not stop here. Enlightenment is not the end of life. Actually, life just begins once you have self-realization. Once you have Atma Vyapti, then you go further on, and this time it's called Dvija, the second birth. You go on with a great awareness of the interconnectedness of all things. So these are the 5 great powers of Shiva. Srishti, creation; Sthiti, preservation; Samhara, dissolution; Vilay, veiling; and Anugrah, lifting of the curtain. I hope that you liked this little talk, because this is one of the core keys of Kashmir Shaivism. And I plan to keep on telling you more and more so that you can have this journey along with me. Join me here again next Monday on the same channel, and please subscribe it. Om Namah Shivaya.